What's up YouTube, it's Coach Cory, and today we are going over the biggest mystery to ever hit Brawl Stars. It is about to reach its peak. I think we're going to unravel everything about Brawl Stars. The backstory, the theme, where brawlers came from, and more. Maybe even some update hints as well. But I really actually need your help with this all because it's a big, real mystery. It's complex, it's a little bit confusing, and you gotta really think about it. So let me know everything down below that you think about this and any update hints that you find. Now, if you're up to date with all of the little interesting stuff that the Brawl Stars dev team has been dropping sort of secretly here and there, most of it has been about WKBRL radio, where they put in random little clips or sound bites that sort of tease different things, but they're usually very cryptic. Can't talk. Cryptic Cory. But anyways, today, or last night I guess, we got some very interesting and much more revealing information. Specifically, it relates to this person right here, Mariano, who actually was the first person to actually develop the theory that Brawl Stars is a theme park. And I think that's an important thing to point out because he's the first person to make that theory. That's why Brawl Stars is involving him in this next step. What they did is someone went to his house or something and gave him a package. They were wearing a spike mask. Now, first of all, looks a little weird, but anyways, moving on, not important. They gave him a little package, but there's a lot more information that he posted on Reddit. So of course, let's go to the post. All right, so we're gonna dive in, but bear with me. There is a decent amount of words, but of course, I'll try to summarize as best as you can. So of course, we saw that image where he received a package of sorts from someone wearing a spike mask, which of course is a little concerning. I'm gonna guess they messaged him for his address. Otherwise, I don't know. Spikes just know things. I'm not sure. So now I'm sure what you're wondering, what is it inside the box? Right, yeah, so in the box, it is a shirt that says STARR Park with 2 R's. And of course there's in-game, we have a little place that says STARR. And in the 8-bit minigame, Starcade was another thing that you would see. Also in the box was this little hat, paper hat crown, which we've seen in game in like multiple different places, like in the background of different maps, which a lot of people thought, which was like, you know, the hat for the theme park or something. And also, of course, one big difference was the logo has a smiley skull instead of, or just a smiley face instead of a skull, I guess you can say. Also inside was an old computer and printer papers, which is pretty weird. First page says you are onto something. And this is, of course, the guy who sent, you know, the theme park theory. And then, of course, inside is the laptop. Well, what is on the laptop? Well, there's a little thing. This is STARR Park. And also a shortcut. Now, next post, that shortcut leads you to this website right here. Now, we're going to check out this website, of course, ourselves. So first of all, there's a lot of interesting wordings for the way they say stuff. For example, first official worldwide website. Obviously, this is like very old. This is like one of those websites I feel like that has like a 1990s sort of design. What does it say? You are visiting an internet portal where joy and happiness are mandatory. Now, I think everything they're saying here is very much on purpose. All the wording is exactly what they mean. You will not want to leave this web page ever. All right, grand opening. We allow you to be our guest. Another interesting, and of course some of this, I guess that's just welcome different languages. Okay. At STARR Park, nothing can ever go wrong, and why would it? What is this? I feel like you only ever hear that if something does go wrong, right? Right? Well, let's see what else is on this. But what about these buttons here? Of course, homepage goes to the homepage. So what about the photo galleries? There's random photo galleries. First of all, green gems. Huh. STARR bar chocolate. What does this look like? I wonder. Funny prop head. And of course you can click on them and go full screen. All right, Poco, you're looking a little weird. There's a coffin, Mortis, gumball machine, a Rico, a sign of Rico perhaps. Star Park electronic device. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe like the WK machine or something or similar. Oh, Project Laser, you can see, which is what Brawl Stars used to be. This image isn't loading. Typical, I guess. Tin lunch boxes. A large gun, a shotgun, maybe Shelly or something. Okay, so this one, so wait, the ones that have yellow, I think have words. So this one says official Star Park jumpsuit smells like chemicals. Now, I think remember that because smells like chemicals? I feel like that's gotta mean something. Box of hairspray, this, you got some bows, some M's. Mr. P, bird not clean. Click for more. More images. Okay. Plush penguin stuffed, and it's a stuffed animal, first of all. Upsetting condition, small burn under right flipper. Is that supposed to mean something? Obviously, like the whole Mr. P is a mystery. Like everyone assumes Mr. P is actually someone else. But who? So what else? Spaghetti on a stick? What is this stuff? Cactus socks. All right, wait, those are, I actually want these. Can I buy these? Please, missing socks. Yeah, of course there's missing socks. Of course there is. Bunch of like Star Park stuff. Star Park, a guitar, a comb. Okay, 6-shooter savings at Frontier Market. Why is there a wood hanger? That seems random. Security line, STARR bar. What is this? .rm? Real media file or something, I think. 4-hour photo express. A plane. Stretch coin. Yeah, those were actually, I feel like, common. A fork? What's up with a fork? Nice text. Fork. Okay. Okay, but also what happens if I click on this? Oh, it's not loading. It's not loading. Wait, I'm gonna try going in a different browser. All right, going in a different browser didn't help. Also, you can email the webmaster. Well, I'm not gonna do that now. All right, so going back to his post, you can see he goes over some other stuff. We're not gonna go over stuff that we already looked at ourselves. But one thing that's like interesting, so there's all these like 42 images going from 1 to 62 number-wise. So are there 20 missing images that we don't know about? Or is there something else? And what happens if we put them in order or anything? And what is this video page that's broken? Can we fix it? Like clearly there's a whole page dedicated to a video that we can't see. Is this video going to become available later on? Could it be Brawl Talk? It's probably not Brawl Talk, right? Because, you know, it's a super old website and it's, I think, supposed to be before Brawl Stars was a thing and it was still STARR Park. So what is this? Email the webmaster. So he actually emailed him and so he sent an email asking for the missing images. Not a bad idea. The email was replied saying, your patience is forever appreciated. Your email has been reached in the correct order, but some things have come to light and communications now cannot be trusted or even believed. Keep your soul bright. Keep your soul bright? Also interesting is your email has been received in the correct order? I wonder if there's a specific way we're supposed to contact them to get an answer from the webmaster. And some other people in the comments I saw in the Reddit post tried to email as well, and I got the same response. So I'm not entirely sure what email we're supposed to send. Okay, now he goes over some theories, and some of these I think are really legit, and I also have something to add on as well. So let me know what you all think of this. So first of all, let's put it all together, right? As far as the theories, what does this all really mean? So we think Brawl Stars started out as a theme park. He's saying it was a shady theme park, hence sort of some of the strange phrases like it's mandatory to have fun, you're allowed to be here, you know, the chemicals, what's up with that? And this is where he's like, at some point something bad must have happened and the park disappeared. His guess was toxic spill. Now maybe this makes sense because we did have that newspaper saying with a huge toxic spill, and some of the jumpsuits even smell like chemicals. So he goes on saying maybe this huge toxic spill is what created Brawl Stars. He's saying it created mutations. Maybe with those unanimated objects like we saw in the photos, right? There was Poco, there was Mortis's coffin, perhaps. There was other stuff like plants even, or it changed all this inanimate objects into what is now Brawl Stars. Potentially gave all these different abilities as well, superpowers. I mean, it's a classic comic book thing. You get radioactive effects and all of a sudden you have superpowers, right? So maybe that's sort of like what happened in Brawl Stars. And of course, since everything went bad, the smiley face turned into a skull. Okay, I can see it, possibly. Now remember I said I wanted to show you something. Well, of course, DevelopArt has been one of the biggest people promoting the WKBRL theory stuff. Now, we all went over the 8-bit minigame. Of course, he has screenshots as well, so I want to use some of his. But looking at the minigame, there was also interesting quotes there that was honestly kind of hard to make sense of, but was interesting. But like, if you look at it now, you went deep into the recesses of your memory. In doing so, you destroyed yourself, and in doing so, you freed yourself. Game not over. So he goes into it a little bit more, and I'll show you too. But a couple really interesting things about this, if you think about it, maybe it's just him going back to the disaster that happened at STARR Park, right? He was an arcade machine there. All of a sudden he remembers that, oh, I'm not a real boy, sort of thing going on. And radioactive event happened, messing him up. Now, DevelopArt makes a really interesting point, sort of tying all of this together. First of all, the first game we did in the mini game was the first iteration of Brawl Stars, Project Laser. We're just shooting stuff in space. It was supposed to be a space, there was a space theme at one point, right? The second game, where there are all the slugs, is Slugfest, right? And we kill all these different slugs. And that was also another supposed name for Brawl Stars before it was launched. And then the third one he's saying is more of what Brawl Stars actually is. And it kind of makes sense because in that third mini game, there were all these actual Brawl Stars characters that we would see sort of in a normal-ish form. Or maybe that was the arcade machine that 8-bit actually was. That's what we were playing. And maybe, if you think about it, it kind of makes sense where we had all this stuff, and doing so, you freed yourself. Well, we were playing, perhaps, what 8-bit was as a game. They were developing the games within 8-bit, all these different games. Eventually we got to the final version, and then 8-bit, with the radioactive event, sort of caused Brawl Stars to happen in some way. Also interesting, looking at this final image here, you have a Ferris wheel on one side and a rocket ship on another. I think there's clear symbolism in that, right? First of all, the theme park, something related to that, but maybe they were trying to go to outer space to the next level. Or, I mean, DevelopArt thinks the right side is the past and the left is the future. It's possible, or maybe it's the opposite. I'm not quite sure, but it's definitely interesting. All right, so I know that was kind of a lot, but let me know down below everything you thought about this. And what sort of interesting tidbits you got about this, maybe pertaining to an update or not, or at least the history of Brawl Stars, right? But that's gonna be it for this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you later. Peace.